You've just bought your DJI FPV quad and you're so eager to get into manual mode because everybody's telling you you need to, but you really don't. Let's explain why. Hi, I'm Ash from DroningON, and if you want to see more DJI FPV quad videos, then hit that subscribe button below. Anyway, the latest product in the DJI range is the new FPV drone, and it's taking the market by storm because it's really giving the usual Mavic and Phantom pilots an opportunity to fly a little bit differently. The creative opportunities are just so much broader with this because of its speed and also its unique video result, whereby you haven't got a 3-axis gimbal stabilizing that footage, and instead you end up with a much more raw and sporty action type image. Now, straight out of the box, you get two modes with this drone, normal and sport, whereby sport gives you a little bit more control. You can also use the C1 button on the controller to change the way that the drone actually handles in terms of turning. So in other words, the drone automatically out of the box will mix the yaw and the roll, but you can press C1 once to decrease that aid and then press it again to completely remove it, therefore helping you to fly FPV true style. But then you have manual mode, which is where you are in full control of the aircraft with no GPS, no position hold, and no obstacle avoidance, and that means a lot more risk. Indeed, you can gain much more exciting shots. You can loop and roll the quad and dive buildings. But let's face it, if you are a regular Mavic or Phantom operator, then you're definitely not ready to be even trying to do that yet. In normal and sports modes, you can still swoop it in and out of trees and low down and get those lovely gradual slow rolls. You really do not need manual mode to achieve that. Everything you're seeing in this video was shot in sports mode. I haven't switched mine into manual mode for any part of the video that you're seeing here, and that just demonstrates just how capable it is and also how different the shots look than if you'd have shot it with a Mavic or a Phantom. The other challenge is, of course, crash this drone and you're in for a lot of downtime and a big repair bill because it's very heavy, and that means when it hits things, it breaks quite badly. So realistically, if you truly want to fly FPV, perhaps there's a better option for you. Something like this is a true FPV quad. The big difference with this is that when you crash it, it costs virtually nothing to repair. It's very lightweight and the parts aren't proprietary, and therefore you can pretty much use any motor, any speed controller, and any flight controller or camera on this. However, crash the FPV quad, and the reality is that you will only crash this when you try and fly it in manual mode, and you're in for a big repair bill. If you truly want to learn how to fly FPV, then please do it with a quad like this. But in the meantime, don't let the pressure get to you of everybody telling you you need to fly manual mode. Instead, just make the most of this product in normal and sport mode, because for the majority, it's more than adequate and it will let you capture some really stunning shots. Consider it as a stepping stone towards flying in true FPV, because it's different to fly than a Mavic or a Phantom. So get used to it in normal and sports mode, and eventually maybe you'll be ready to fly FPV, because you can still rotate fast around things. You can still rotate fast around yourself or objects that you want to shoot in a true FPV type style. You can still fly under and through things as well. You can disable the obstacle slowing down if you really want to in the settings menu, but it really doesn't stop you from trying to fly under that bridge or trying to fly through a gap in a tree. But do remember that when you try and attempt things like that, if you do crash it with this, it is going to be expensive, because this is a stepping stone, so treat it as such and take your time. I hope that this video has been useful, and hopefully you've enjoyed the shots that you saw in it, which I also shot a few days ago at low light. Not as part of the original low light test, this was actually in slightly brighter conditions, but as you can see, it did really well and the sunset looks beautiful. Comment below with your thoughts around this new product, give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you can't even fly a Mavic, and hit that subscribe button. Thanks very much for watching.